first time that we see the Pittsburgh Steelers roster in front of us is right now, and it's a very exciting one. We just went through guys that we expect to get cut. We went through the rookies that we expect to make the team. Let's finish this off with the starting lineup here. We'll start with the offense. Quarterback's an easy one. Kenny, comeback Pickett, number 8, back there behind center, no questions asked. Fullback, you brought up Monty. I'm going to say Connor Hayward. Who are you feeling here?
I'm not really buying the Connor Hayward theory. I'm leaning towards Pottebaum, quite honestly. I guess it could go either way, but I feel like they're going to end up leaning towards Pottebaum.
All right. I'm sticking with the Connor Hayward. I'm excited about how right I'm going to be on the Connor Hayward to everybody who's been telling me wrong for months now. Okay. Running back, Najee Harris. That's another easy one, obviously. Wide receiver, we'll go with the starting 2 is Deontay Johnson and George Pickens will be on the outside. Who you expect to be that first slot receiver?
I think they're going to run with Allen Robinson kind of on opening day. More of a sure thing than Calvin Austin right now. I think they'll bring Austin along slowly. Austin will certainly play. Like, it won't be, someone takes 80% of the snaps or whatever. Austin will certainly play. But yeah, I think first play of the first game, it'll be Allen Robinson up there.
Yeah, I agree. I think Allen Robinson's the name to watch, but I think him and Calvin Austin split time pretty evenly, depending on where they are on the field. I think Calvin Austin might actually play more than him, but Robinson's going to get the start. The Steelers are real high on Robinson, and Calvin Austin hasn't played an NFL down, so that's always difficult. Tight end will be Pat Freiermuth. Do you expect Darnell Washington to be the number 2?
Yeah, I think that's kind of the same thing as Robinson and Austin. They won't throw Washington straight into the fire. They'll go with the sure thing in Pat Freiermuth, but again, Washington's going to play. Like he's just going to play. He's going to be, especially in big, obviously run situations. Like, he's going to be in there to play blocking tight end. They might go 2 tight ends a lot of the time. Like, there's going to be plenty of opportunity for him to play, even if he doesn't start.
Yeah, 12, 13 personnel is going to be huge for the Steelers this season. I agree. I think they both are on the field. I wouldn't say equally, but I think Darnell Washington's on the field a lot for the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, let's break down the offensive line here. Chooks, right tackle. Do we agree on that one?
I think that's
James
fair.
Daniels, right guard. Agree on that one. Mason Cole at center. Agree on that one.
Yep.
And then left tackle or left guard, open for competition between Isaac Seumalo, Kevin Dotson, and Nate Herbig. Who do you got walking away the winner there?
I'm going with Seumalo. He's been there. He's done that. This guy is a proven commodity at left guard.
Left guard.
Sorry. I'm bad at directions. But yeah, Seumalo, this guy feels like a slam dunk to me. I don't even know how much of a competition it's going to end up being. I think he's going to be so clearly the best option there that we'll know pretty soon that he's the guy there.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he signed here to be a backup. I don't think the Steelers had conversations with him about being a backup. I think he comes in here as the starter. He is their tank right now on the left side, and maybe Nate Herbig develops into that guy long-term. Left tackle, Dan Moore versus Broderick Jones. This is the big one. This is the biggest competition, I think, on the offensive line. Do you think Broderick Jones walks away a winner? Or you think Dan Moore Jr. holds out and starts another year?
There's part of me that wants to say, they don't draft Broderick Jones that high if he's not starting right away. But they're not just going to hand it to him. And
yeah, agreed.
He's obviously got some growing to do before he's, a perfect player. So it's not a complete slam dunk, but I'm leaning towards Broderick Jones. I just think the talent and the size and the athleticism is a little bit too much to ignore.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think that you drafted Broderick Jones to bring him along. I think you drafted Broderick Jones, moved up 3 spots to say, this is our franchise left tackle. We're done messing around. Here it is.
Yeah. They wouldn't have moved up too. That's the other thing.
Yeah. And I think Dan Moore is a great swing tackle, a phenomenal, played right tackle in college, was supposed to be the right tackle for the Pittsburgh Steelers, or the backup right tackle for the Pittsburgh Steelers as a rookie, got pushed to the left side because of Zach Banner's injury. I mean, I think that he's a better swing tackle than LaRaven Clark. And yeah, exactly. You're not moving up to go get Broderick Jones and say, all right, Dan Moore is our starting left tackle again. There it is. All right. To the defensive side, we'll go through the secondary first. Minkah Fitzpatrick is obviously starting safety. DeMonte KZ versus Keanu Neal will be another competition to watch. That'll be exciting. Who do you got walking away the winner there?
Got to lean KZ. I think they're going to lean with the guy they know. I do think that's a position where Neal, KZ might take 60 or more percent of the snaps, but Neal's going to play too, I think, either, in that 3 safety set that they like, or just to give KZ a breather. Yeah, but I like KZ to be kind of, like I said, day one or week one, first play. It'll be KZ and Minka out there on the back end.
I agree. I think KZ is going to walk away with it. I don't think it necessarily is anything negative towards Keanu Neal. I think they're, very much so. That's just their third safety. He's coming off of a role piece in Tampa Bay where he played well there. I think they're going to move him around and try to find new spots for Keanu Neal. KZ too. I expect KZ to move around a lot too, but I think the starting safeties will be listed as Minka Fitzpatrick and DeMonte KZ. The cornerbacks, there's 3 of them that I think are big names to watch, and we don't know what's going to happen here. Levi Wallace, Joey Porter Jr., Patrick Peterson. I mean, who do you got starting here?
I got Porter and Peterson.
Okay.
Again, this just doesn't seem like, I don't think you draft Joey Porter where you draft him if you don't have intentions on him playing a lot and playing right away.
Mm-hmm.
Peterson, I think, is the obvious choice. That's a kind of a slam dunk, but Porter versus Wallace will be interesting. I'm banking on the young talent. I think he's, I don't know. I'm of the belief that Porter is ready right away.
Yeah, I am too. I think Porter's the guy. They brought Levi Wallace in to be that dominant third corner last year. I think he played very well as an outside corner, like as the starter. I think Levi Wallace kind of beat my expectations. But I agree. I look at it and say Patrick Peterson is a lock. Joey Porter Jr. did not come in here to be a backup, and he's the most talented member of the group, I believe. And Levi Wallace could come in here and play, I think, more than 50% of the snaps on the outside, while Patrick Peterson moves around to the inside, the outside. The inside, the nickel, you expect that to be Arthur Millette again?
Yeah, I think so. I thought he was perfectly fine at that spot last year. I wasn't. Yeah, I'm fine with Arthur Millette there. I feel very comfortable with that, and I think he'll be a good. Yeah, I think in spots that you need a nickel, he'll be fine there.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to play much coverage. I think they'll bounce Patrick Peterson inside to do that, play tight ends, that kind of stuff. But I think running off the edge on running downs, Arthur Millette will be the name there. He goes 110% every single play. He'll hit you as hard as he possibly can. He's not really great in coverage, but if you could hit somebody, you got a spot in Pittsburgh. So I agree with that one. The linebackers, we'll go inside linebackers first. Cole Holcomb, Landon Roberts, Mark Robinson. Those are the 3 big ones. Who do you see starting? What's the 2 combination here?
Well, I think Holcomb, Roberts, and I think we're forgetting a little bit. Like, if they run with 3 linebackers versus, so we're considering, like that Alex Highsmith and TJ Watt. Those are
edge rushers. Those will be outside linebackers.
So we're looking for 2 linebackers, or are we looking for 3?
2.
Oh, yeah, Holcomb and Roberts then. My bad.
Yeah.
I got confused a little bit. I made a little diagram, and I got screwed up a little bit. But no, Holcomb and Roberts, like, again, those were arguably 2 of their bigger free agent signings of the offseason. Like, I don't think those guys came here to be backups. Mark Robinson, I think, still has a long way to go. I'm not super convinced that he's ready yet for a starting linebacker spot. So yeah, I'm running with Roberts and Holcomb, and until they prove otherwise or show me otherwise, those guys are my starters from week 1 to week 17 and beyond.
Yeah, me too. I think those are the 2 guys. I think you still got to somehow find like a coverage inside linebacker, but maybe that's Holcomb, maybe that's Keanu Neal. I don't know, but I think those 2 start. Robinson comes off the bench. They want to see what they got in Robinson. I know that, but I don't know what he's got to offer in year 2 as a 7th round pick. And then the defensive line will start on the outside. Obviously, that's TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith. There's no competition there. Larry Ogunjobi will be the defensive end. Do we imagine that? I would say maybe DeMarvin Leal has a shot in competition.
Yeah, Leal will probably. I think I kind of expect Leal to see a bunch of snaps early in the season, and then as things get tighter, as the games get more important, you kind of just stick with Larry O. But yeah, I think Larry O's your guy. Like, if as much as the defensive line rotates, Larry O is going to be the guy playing the bulk of the snaps there.
Yeah, I agree. I think Larry O is the move. DeMarvin's kind of like a tweener figure out where he goes. That's how you use year two, and then you move on from there.
They just got to get a position for that guy. Like
They
he's
got to
just
get
got
a
to play
position.
one position. Just let him learn one position and let him play there and see what you got.
Yeah, because you got to develop your body differently for both of those positions. You can't be bouncing them outside and inside the whole time. It's not going to work. It's definitely not going to work. Cam Hayward will start at defensive tackle.
Yeah,
the big one, nose tackle. Keanu Benton, Armon Watts, Braden Fajoko, Montravius Adams. Who's walking away the winner?
Fajoko seems kind of to be on the outside looking in. I would love to say Benton because I just, I'm really intrigued by the draft class and I love the rookie class that they have. But I'd say Adams and sorry, I'm already blanking on the other name.
Watts, Armon Watts.
Yeah, those are your two favorites to start there. I kind of have to like. I don't think either of those guys are really going to separate themselves in a meaningful way. I'm probably going to lean Adams just right now, but yeah, I don't know. That one seems like a toss-up. That seems like one where those guys are going to split snaps. Benton comes in certain spots, but just to see what you got. But I think Adams and Watts are as close as you can get to co-starters, probably.
So I'm going Benton. I think that
really.
I think he's gonna be surprising. I think he's gonna be better than Joey Porter Jr. from the jump.
Okay.
I think he's phenomenal. I think if the draft board fell as the way I saw it, I didn't think the Steelers had an opportunity at him at 49 because I thought he was a much higher pick than that. Possibly saw him going in the first round, like late in the first round. I think he's a stud at the nose tackle. Big body, able to pass rush. I think he like just defines what a Pittsburgh Steelers reminds me a lot of like what Javon Hargrave was coming in as a rookie. But probably better than what Javon Hargrave was. I think he'll come in here and they'll look for him to be the starter. He's got to earn that, obviously, but I think they'll give him the first opportunity. With Montravius Adams, I think being the favorite to be like that backup pass rusher, third down kind of guy. And then Watts, I think, is, the best bet to be that backup, that true backup along the defensive line. And I agree. I think Fajoko is unfortunately on the outside looking in unless they keep everybody. But I don't know. With Isaiah Loudermilk sitting there too, might just be a battle of who's left. And I don't think Fajoko is going to get that upper hand there.